Hello everyone, welcome to yet another video series of engineering economics and cost analysis. So in this video series we are going to see about costing and break-even analysis. So we can split this video series into two categories. The first set of videos will consist of what is meant by costing, what are the different costing approaches we have, what are the different costs available, and certain assumptions and calculations regarding costing. And the second half consists of break-even analysis. What is meant by break-even analysis, why it is needed, and what are the assumptions that can be made to perform a break-even analysis. So hope this video series will be very useful to you. Now let's get into the topic. So first let's see what is meant by costing. So costing is, according to the common usage, cost is a fiscal value. So it is a value of a product that includes tax, everything, for a commodity or the facility that a manufacturer offers and the customers who buys. According to the fundamental economic design, the cost price is the estimate of substitute opportunities bygone in the option of one commodity or pursuit over others. So in general, cost price has an association with the value of production inputs and the degree of outputs. So we can relate the cost as total cost is equal to total fixed cost plus total variable cost, because when we give or when you fix the price for a product which is called as cost, you include certain fixed cost and certain variable cost. So a part of the total cost, which is known as fixed cost, is the cost price of machineries that do not differ with the quantity manufactured, and there are certain variables which will vary with the change in output level, which changes with the degree of output, and those costs are like cost for raw materials, labors, etc. So those costs will come under the variable cost. So when you add up to these together, you will get the total cost. So these are the types of costs available. First is fixed cost, which refers to the costs that do not register a change with an increase or decrease in the quantity of goods produced by a firm. Whereas variable cost are the cost that shows variations as per the changes in production level. The examples for fixed cost is rent, salaries, property tax, because these will remain constant over a very long period of time. But the variable cost will changes, because if a company produces 100 pieces per day, when I am changing the degree of output or degree of output level to 1000 pieces per day, then the amount of raw material required will be different. So the cost for buying those raw materials will vary. So that cost for raw material will come under the variable cost, and also the sales commissions and the labor cost, etc. These also adds to the variable cost. Next, marginal cost. Marginal cost is referred to the cost that is incurred by any businesses when there is a need for producing additional units of any goods or services. So it is basically calculated by taking the total cost of producing the additional goods into account and dividing that by the change in the total quantity of the goods produced. So the equation for marginal cost is equal to change in cost divided by the change in quantity. For example, if the cost for producing 100 tires, let it be for 100 chocolates per day, maybe some 100 rupees. If I increase the output to 200 chocolates per day, then the cost for producing those 200 chocolates or the cost for producing for producing 100 chocolates per day. If we take this example, for producing 100 chocolates per day is rupees 100, which means that the cost for producing a single chocolate is 1 rupee. So if I increase the output to 200 chocolates per day, then the marginal cost will be change in cost, which is 200 minus 100 divided by change in quantity, which is 200 minus 100. So again it will be, so change in cost is, if it may take to produce 100 chocolates, it may cost around 100, but if you want to increase the output, then the price may also get changes, which means that it may get reduced. So to produce 200 chocolates, the cost may be 180 rupees. So the change in cost is 180 minus 100 divided by change in quantity is 200 minus 100. So which is 80 by 100, which is equal to 80 paise. So from this we can find that if you increase the output level, the cost for producing the extra quantities will get reduced, and that cost is called as marginal cost. So, and there are certain differences between fixed cost and variable cost as well, which we have already discussed. In general, the fixed costs are constant and variable costs are it varies with respect to time, and fixed costs are incurred at the start of the actual output, but variable cost is incurred only when there is an actual output produced. So for fixed cost, it is uncontrolled and we have to pay that because these are like the initial investments. But variable cost, we can control it by controlling the volume of productions, and these are the costs that have to be incurred even when the output is zero. But variable cost, if the output is zero, then the cost can also be zero. And few examples for fixed cost is expenditure on machinery, plant, license fee, land, building, furnitures. The investments on those will come under fixed cost. But whereas variable cost, purchase of raw materials, wages for laborers, and electricity, wear and tear expenditures, these come under the variable cost. I hope in this video you have a clear idea about what is the different types of cost that are available and that can be used to calculate the total cost of a product. We will meet in the next video. Happy learning. Thank you.